Hi, my name is Christoph Smith. I'm a physiotherapist here in beautiful Stellenbosch, and I spend a lot of time showing my patients exercises to both improve the stability and mobility of their scapulas, and that's why I'm going to use this video as a reference for patients to just refer back to when they're performing the exercises themselves. So as I've said, it's to improve both the stability and mobility of the scapula. In the process, we're going to try and strengthen a muscle called serratus anterior, which is a muscle that stabilizes the scapula. It's one of the main stabilizers of the scapula, and also hopefully try and unload your trapezius muscle, which often becomes a problem with certain neck or shoulder injuries. I'm going to show you an easier set of exercises where it's mainly your brain that just has to get orientated as far as the position of the scapula, whether you're putting it in a position where it's locked forwards or backwards or up or down. And then I'm also going to show you a harder set of exercises, especially for patients that do sports that involve big arm movements. It's really important to just also note that with some of the movements, it's really about the movement of the scapula, whereas when we actually perform a pull-up or a push-up, we actually try and fixate the scapula. In the case of a push-up, we try and fixate the scapula in protraction, so where we push the scapula forwards, which you'll see in the video. And with a pull-up, we actually try and depress the scapula or pull it down and then fixate it before actually performing the pull-up. So please use the video as a reference and see if you can do the exercises at home. Right, so the first movement you need to orientate yourself with is what I call protraction and retraction of the scapula, where the scapula or the shoulder blade moves forwards and backwards. It's a really important movement to get serratus anterior to activate. It helps to actually do it without an elastic before, and normally when my patients walk out, I give them one of these elastics that you can put around a door handle. In this case, we're just going to use this bar. So I'm going to use the resistance of the elastic to push forward against to get serratus anterior to activate, and then relax the scapula so that it can slowly push backwards, and then again against the resistance of the band, push forwards and backwards to both strengthen serratus anterior, but ultimately to mobilize the scapula, to get that movement of going forwards and backwards more mobile, especially the backwards movement, which is often very stiff because of the tight trapezius. I usually encourage my patients to just get a friend or a family member to watch them performing the exercise, and for that reason I'm going to just take my shirt off so that your friend or husband or wife can just see what needs to happen at your scapula while you're actually performing the exercise, just to make it easier and make sure that you're doing it correctly. Okay, so the first movement was the scapula moving forwards and backwards against the resistance of the elastic. The second movement that you can do, which is going to flow over into what we're going to do later with a pull-up bar, is where the scapula moves upwards and downwards against resistance. Alright, so you can do this without the resistance of the elastic, or what I tell my patients is to tie a knot into the elastic, put it over the top of the door, close the door, and then use the elastic as the resistance for pulling the scapula down, and then allowing the elastic to pull the scapula up again and slowly pull down, what we call depression of the scapula, contracting serratus anterior, and then again allowing the scapula to be pulled up by the elastic.